Hello, guys. What's going on? Arcs. This is KingKazma, and we have Anamana here today. And you are listening to our Oracle Fleet Podcast, episode 12. We did skip a week, but we're here back with more energy. And this is your weekly podcast for PSO2 news, especially for that of the global server. And today we are joined by Kirana Fiore. 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 All right, a Twitch streamer and YouTube content creator for PSO2. And I really do appreciate you joining us today. How have you been?
I have been a little stressed out, but good nonetheless.
So I do have to ask, because it's good to hear that you're good regardless of everything. But is it like PSO2 stress or just like stuff?
Oh no, it's never. PSO2 is my stress reliever because I get to murder things. No, it's more like real life. So like I rent right now, and my landlord's like, "Hey, we're gonna sell your house," and I'm like, well, you're an SOB. So now I gotta buy a house and move all four of my children.
Oh no,
don't
not
worry.
fun.
We're going to get a UQ group together. We're going to come take out Dark Files landlord. Okay, we got you.
Take him out. Get him out.
Probably has trash drops.
Oh my god, dude. No, listen,
late interest rates.
I got jokes, okay? I was about to say something that would have been hilarious, but I'm going to keep that in the back pocket. All right. So, Kirana, I keep saying it because like the Japanese thing keeps coming out in my mouth. But Kirana, so my question for you for today, and would you have some extra time to actually, answer some questions for us and let the viewers get to know you a little bit more?
Absolutely, that's what I'm here for.
Awesome. So my first question of the day is, when did you start with the Phantasy Star series?
So this is where I'm a complete Trash Lord fan. I actually did not ever play Phantasy Star at all when I was a child. I was more of a Final Fantasy girl. And my boyfriend was a huge Phantasy Star boy growing up, and he told me about this game several times saying, you gotta try it, and it's coming out to the States. I've been waiting for it for like 12 million years, and I'm like, okay, let me look at a clip of it. And I saw it was like space fantasy fighting, and I was like, I'm a JRPG kind of girl, and it kind of felt like Monster Hunter to me. So yeah. I was like, it's not open world, it's not fun to me. And then I get in there and I get into this line, I'm like, I'm never leaving. It got me after that. The storyline's fantastic. I love playing with my personal quarters and all the accessories that come with it, and I absolutely adore the fashion, obviously.
It's always interesting when people like that it reminds me of Monster Hunter, because like there's definitely the parallels, but obviously like as well, it's weird because they both came out within 2 years of each other, but the original Phantasy Star Online was like 2000, I think. Was Monster Hunter 1 on PS2 2002? But anyway, like it's interesting to see the direction people come in from it, like to the general genre of the game.
It's definitely my kind of game. After I started playing it, I was like, oh my god, yeah, this is touching the uwu inside of me, and I'm such an anime girl.
Yep.
The uwu inside of me. That is the next of my next tape. Anyway.
It sounds like a lo-fi hip-hop track name.
Dude, people take my sayings all the time. Go for it, honey. Uwu inside of me.
You could take that in a completely wrong way as well, though.
I mean, you could.
It's going to be the next mixtape. It's just going to say the XingKazma music playlist. The uwu inside of me right there at the top. So, actually, I do know, because Anamana, even you said I saw some of your recent tweets. You've been actually going back and playing some of the, the OG PSO or Phantasy Stars as well, like the one that came out in 1987, right?
Yeah, they re-released it on Switch with the Sega Ages. If you didn't know, if you're not a huge Sega person, Ages backwards is Sega. And so I wish that they would put these out onto PlayStation and Xbox and even PC, because the Switch version of the Sega Ages stuff is like, has the base game. You can obviously change like the graphics to look a bit better, but they've actually added it with the base PS1 game, that you can change it so that they had the Master System in the West, but they had prior to that the Sega Mark III, and it had a better sound processor called the FM unit. And they actually cut that out of the Western version. So we've got like more subdued kind of sound effects, or more tinny, I guess, sounding sound effects. And you can actually swap it to play in English with the FM sound unit. But they've also added it so like this part of the screen is like your battlefield kind of thing, and then the other side is just extra data. Like they've added dungeon maps and also like character info. Really good port on the Switch, and I think it's pretty cheap as well.
I want to go back and play all of them. I'm with you there that I wish that they would remaster them and bring them out on more modern consoles, because I'd totally rip through those. I'd become a console girl once again.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna be honest with you. It feels weird going back to console after neglecting like a PS4 for so long, and I finally get the PS5, and it's like,
Same.
feels good to be back. It really does, because you just load it up and it's right there. You don't have to go through a bunch of crap, pop-ups or anything. It's so pleasing.
Actually, I hadn't touched a console since my early 20s, which I'm 36 now. And they finally came out with Kingdom Hearts 3, and I was like, oh god, I'm here for it. Let's go. I've been waiting for this for a decade and a half.
Did you hear about the port coming to PC at the end of the month?
I did not.
There you go.
Yeah, Epic Games.
Send me some links.
I got you.
I feel like I'm torn between getting a PlayStation 5 now. I was all aboard on getting a Series X once, obviously stock was better, but once they announced the Final Fantasy VII Intergrade, the remake one, I was like, okay, now you're pulling my leg.
That's like that and Resident Evil were my two biggest pulls to getting a PS5. It's just because I love Resident Evil, but then also Final Fantasy VII Intergrade. I was hoping for them to do a PS5 upgrade, but I didn't think they were going to go so hard with it. Be like, oh, here's a new chapter, here's a new character. It's like, all right, here's my money.
Yeah,
take it.
I'm gonna have both consoles. I feel you there. My kids love Xbox. They have a Series S because I was able to nab one during the holidays. I tried to get an X, but didn't get it. And my boyfriend, obviously, he wants a PlayStation 5. He's a PS boy, so we're gonna have both. You guys come over anytime you want. It's fine.
Ow! What the heck? Sorry. So upon this lull period that we have going on in PSO2. And it's been like 2 weeks now, since two updates. We've been kind of chilling, relaxing. What keeps you playing PSO2 during this period?
The fashion. I can change my clothes. I change them every day. You will never catch me wearing the same thing twice. If you do, take a picture because it's a freaking miracle. But I change every day, and I guess what it is my boyfriend took a break from it for about 2 months playing WoW when Shadowlands came out.
Yeah.
And then he came back to it, and he's like, I need to catch up on everything. I need to do divide quests. I'm like, okay, well, now I have a reason to sink even more hours into it. So I was messing around with PQ and Phashion so much, and then he came back, so now I'm living in divide quests.
Yeah, I gotta get into that. I've actually got to replace my power supply on this PC, hopefully this week before the new Genesis beta. So I haven't been able to play, and I've been I'm getting behind on divides.
Oh wait, something been wrong with your PC?
It's just a faulty power supply. If I push it too hard, the computer shuts down. So I've just been playing on a laptop in the other room, just to do my buying fun scratch stuff and all that stuff.
Oh, that stuff.
Yeah.
That's what keeps me coming back. Fun scratchers. Gotta make sure I get every single thing.
Yep.
Can't miss a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I seriously forgot about the fun scratches. I haven't pulled a single one since episode 2.
Oh,
I have two characters that hoard my excess. You can have it. You're welcome to it. I give it away.
I actually go through each fortnight or 2 weeks for anyone that doesn't use Fortnite outside of the game name. I will go and buy every single thing on the fun scratch list and get 2 of them. Yeah, that's me every fortnight.
You guys are brave souls. I don't know. I just forget about it because I know they have some hairstyles that I actually love, and then some cosmetics and stuff that I could just put on the character and just make great. But I just tend to forget about it because, especially during this period, I try my hardest to try to have as much fun as possible because then I'll get bored after 3 hours of just doing nothing but running quests that I don't need to run. I'm just I just want the boss fight. I literally spent an hour in Final Lament yesterday, just trying to fight Shiva. That's it.
Yeah.
I just wanted that battle. But here, I mean, to be honest with you, it's been a good 2 weeks regardless of the lull period. I mean, even once we get everything here, we're going to be in PSO for a minute. Like even before New Genesis, we're still going to have like another lull period at the end of everything. I keep saying that. Yeah. But when you do have yourself in these periods, what content do you find yourself enjoying that actually keeps you playing aside from the fashion?
Aside from the fashion, I'll keep up with my weeklies and my mission passes like usual, and then I'll start looking at my achievements log, and then I'll start, completing all of my achievements because I'm a completionist like that. I'll go through and I'll be like, okay, well, I haven't done this advanced quest in 65 plus, so then I'll go start doing that, and I'll do all of my achievements. If I get bored of achievements, then I'll start doing like Phaleg, and I finally beat the poo out of her, and I was so happy. But yeah, I could not beat her before, and then I was like, I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna try it, and then in two tries I killed her. So it's just the completionist in me. I go fight Phaleg. I try to get all of my hardcore ranked S, so I can get my SG scratcher, or my extra SG, or I'll go SG farming. So there's a lot of stuff you can do. It's just like utilizing your time and figuring out what you want to focus on so you can sink that time in.
Yeah, otherwise you basically just... The problem I had playing World of Warcraft originally was that my goal was hitting level 60 back in vanilla, and then once I hit level 60, it's like, oh, well, now I've just burnt out, I don't know what to do. So you got to set yourself all those goals to keep going, right?
Yep, and that's exactly what I do. So like, okay, let's focus on the crafting list achievements. Okay, let's focus on all of the S ranks in hardcore. Okay, let's do this. I always have something going on in my stream. I'm not just sitting in the lobby dancing all the time, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I do that.
I felt nothing but cap from that. Hello. Okay, I bust down for arcs whenever I'm in between quests, okay? And I do it with pride. I just don't have enough emotes.
The second time I streamed PSO2, oh my god, she doesn't even play. She just sits in the lobby and dance. And I'm like, I'm giving you cookies away right now, you snot. That's why I'm sitting here dancing for you.
Imagine playing like the same quest 24 hours a day. Like at some point you need to change things up, right?
Yeah,
it's so draining. Oh my god, like even one quest now is just the worst. Like I just get tired after a little bit, because I was actually playing earlier, like after that final lament, I was done. Like I wanted to keep going, but I was like, dude, I'm actually just sleepy now. It felt like I actually fought that war. Like it was over.
Everything out.
Shiva was dead. I'm going to sleep. It's over. So
Every time I see dailies for underground mines, I'm like, nope, not doing it. Pass.
I've actually started like my meta, because I do all the alts, is I only collect quests for Forest and Volcano, and then if there's Tokyo Key related stuff, I'll grab that. And then like I'll grab every single like harvesting and fishing thing, and that's all I'll grab, because otherwise I end up getting my quest log full of stuff I'm never gonna run.
Oh my god, I forgot about Tokyo Key-san. Yeah, I gotta level up the rest of my classes. Thank you for that, Anamana. I appreciate you.
I only level on PSO 2 days.
Yeah, I've just spent 2 rainbow keys that were about to expire. I'm like leveling up all my alts to 85 now so that I can do divides with them as well.
Are we getting another Ultra PSO2 day, or
in a year? Because remember, it's like the reason is because it's like normally it's the 2nd or 22nd, but it's the 2nd month plus the 2nd day, and so if 2022 we might get an ultra PSO2 day, which is like 22, 20, 22, 2, 2, or 22. You know.
How much more crack can they give that? That just like poos out XP. I took like 3 classes up in 15 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, if they did like Ultra PSO2 day plus Alpha, it'll be just like a Street Fighter game, right?
No, I'm not saying no to this. Okay. You gonna get me to. All right. So within these times and these contents that you've been playing, and you're dancing and giving out free cookies, which I'm very upset I missed, because I'm pretty sure they were good cookies. What has been your favorite moment in PSO2 so far?
Oh, my favorite moment in PSO2. So there is a person on ship 1. We won't name her name. She's named after a Sailor Moon character, and she embodies the Sailor Moon character. And she starts spouting the whole lore of her character and if she looks like her, and I was like, oh honey, let me help you out with that real quick. First of all, you're thinking of the wrong character. It's actually this Sailor Moon character you're thinking of, and you know nothing like her. And I kind of educated her, and everybody's like, oh, snap, Kirana knows her stuff. And she went and changed all of her clothes and stuff, and then I had like a horde of people around me just kind of like asking for fashion tips, and it was super cute. I thought it was adorable. I just had this little horde of people like, oh, where did you get this piece? How do you mimic this piece? How do you do this? And I'm like, pause, one at a time. And they're like, oh, you should totally do fashion videos. And then Anamana kept on saying, you should do fashion videos. I'm like,
yep,
I should do fashion videos. So I started to.
There's like,
that's my favorite.
There's so many types of content that people just aren't putting out. Like everyone's just like, oh, I see these people doing like guides or like hardcore gameplay, and that's all they put out. So it's good to see people branching out to other stuff. Like fashion stuff's a huge thing. Like abomination stuff would be cool as well. Like even strategy for like Battle Arena or something. It'd be cool to see people break out to give people, I guess, more buckets of PSO2 to look into rather than just like the main 2 or 3.
Yeah, because I mean, I do a lot of fashion, don't get me wrong, but I'm still a pretty adept player. I'm not just like, look at me, I'm so cute. No, I actually know how to smash things in the face, right? But
I like being cute.
I enjoy being cute too, but I can also smash you in the face. Don't mess with me.
What class
you give me
do you play?
twin machine guns. Oh, my main is summoner, and Tekker is my secondary, and I do melee Tekker. So people will be like, "Oh, I need you to heal me." I don't do that. I hit things in the face, but I'll heal you anyways. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I wrecked face on my summoner.
To be honest, I think kind of PSO has its own healing process now. We're kind of done with that. Like, I mean, back in like episode 4, I can probably agree. It's like doing those Anja phases when Anja would just like flail all over the place and just wipe a whole team. Then I'm like, okay, we need some heal. Where's the Megaverse? But since like episode 6, and they're just like life steal. Another life steal. It's like I get 60 HP per hit now. Automate. Yeah, like it's all good. We appreciate our techers. Really, all we need you guys for is the buff at the beginning, and after that, go nuts.
I do that on my summoner too. I'll just be like, here's some buffs, guys. They're like, you actually buff as a summoner? Because I guess they're used to summoners going in the corner and just like healing and buffing themselves. And I'm like, no, I'll run up in there and do it for you. It's fine.
So does the buff from summoner actually give anything extra, or?
No, it's a strong buff. It's better than nothing kind of thing, but it's nowhere near Tekker's status at all.
Okay.
But if you have high tech, yes, it's a pretty strong buff.
Yep.
Oh, honestly, I didn't know that. See, living you learn. I refuse to touch summoner. No offense to summoner players, but
I hear it all the time. People are like, "Oh, it takes no skill." You don't play it then.
Yeah, I feel like summoner. The thing people don't know about summoner is a lot of work to set it up. Playing it, especially like early on, playing it's pretty easy, but once you get into actually the meta of it, it's literally like trying to switch between different pets and combo properly, and there's all these other sides to it, and making sure you're keeping up your buff, using alter ego at the right points of time. Like there's just as much, it's just that you're positioned differently, really, right?
Understanding your candy boxes, because none of your stats as a player affect your pet. If it does, it's a very small percentage.
Yep.
So if you don't have the right mag, you don't have the right candies, you're not doing crap for damage.
See, for me, it's just like, because I appreciate summoners, and I do know you guys work a lot harder than it seems. Like, it's a lot of background work that goes into summoner before you actually get out there. But see, my whole take on summoner has just been, I don't press enough buttons. Like, I have this whole thing where, like, especially with Luster, and that's why I like Luster so much in Gunblade, is because I'm constantly pressing a button, I'm constantly in the heat of a battle, and that makes my brain focus. And when my brain gets focused, I'm intrigued. And as long as I'm pressing buttons, I'm there.
So I'll make a suggestion for you. If you ever decide to touch Summoner, go with Synchro, because Synchro actually has 3 comprehensive combos, and they're all in different order, and you have to constantly press those buttons to successfully do those combos. But he is a glass cannon, so you got to bring him back and heal him, but you also got to throw him back forward and combo. So it might be continuous button pressing if you use Synchro.
Yep. Did you know that if you actually linked up PSO2 with Microsoft Word and you played Luster for like a session, you'd probably have written a novel?
Let me see your novel. Let's go, King.
So we have this little thing over here, right? It's called the Great Book. Okay, baby is thick. Okay, so it's not a novel. It's a whole guide. All right, it's actually really just a Final Fantasy book, and that part. Just to kind of flex this out real quick. It's signed by the entire development team.
Oh.
Let's go!
Wow.
Square Enix. So
Way to flex.
yeah, drop the mic, drop the book. Okay, sorry. But no, seriously, it's good to hear like some of the stuff that I don't really hear about, because pretty much it's a lot of things especially what Anamana said, it's a lot of things when it comes to like content where we kind of ignore the fun side of what classes and the gameplay can do for us, and we pretty much only put out things like the guides and the pro strat videos or whatever, or pro fix videos, but like there's really a lot of fun sides to PSO2, especially that of like the battle arena when you're actually having fun, challenge quests when you're playing with fun people, which I really hope they expand on that, because New Genesis challenge quest just sounds so much fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And just the fashion of it all, going in and trying different builds. I don't know if you guys saw, I put like some stuff up the other day. We did like a whole stream of like 3 hours of straight building fashion. It was great. But yeah, there's a lot of interest that, comes into it. We're hoping that transfers to New Genesis so we can still have that fun outside of our normal gameplay. So I'm sure both of you know, we do have the New Genesis beta coming up this week. That beta will be from the 19th to the 21st, and it will be 2 different beta times of 6 hours in between. So with that, I'm asking you to, like, what are you expecting, or what are you excited to try and see from this beta?
You want to go first, Emma?
I
feel like I talk a lot.
So I haven't really. We were under NDA, so that we couldn't really talk about getting in on the beta, and there's also obviously some stuff that we can't really talk about on the behind the scenes kind of stuff. But just in terms of the game and just in general, the way I'm going to be streaming it is I'm going to have the first day where I'm just going to look for myself. Second day, I've got like 2 of my alliance members coming up to my place, and we're going to cycle between each other and basically just go through testing all the classes and stuff. But outside of that, what I'm most interested to check the first day is just all the little cracks and crevices of little bits of changes that you don't really notice. Like, I just want to find all the little tiny changes and look at there. And if people in chat are like, oh, can you check out this thing? Then looking at that kind of stuff. So it's gonna be pretty much YouTube plays Anamana playing New Genesis.
And what about you, Kirana?
Okay, so I'm so jealous of you guys getting into the JP New Genesis closed beta. I was trying so hard to get into it, but I could not get it. So, I mean, I thought you got the closed beta.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
I will be streaming Anamana's stream, and I'm just gonna like cut out his face, and I'm gonna put my face there, and I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, man, this is me, guys." And I get to
vicariously through him.
So it's like, why is King suddenly saying that Gunblade's a crap weapon, and I'm glad that they didn't add it? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
When we get a closed beta, if we do get a closed beta here in the States, I am going to explore the world. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm going to hit that stuff hard, and I'm going to level like a crazy person, and I will probably cap relatively fast. I'm really good at leveling. But I also want to like expand and explore on the world, find some really great screenshot sites, and I want to explore Force a little bit more, because I can't tell you, Force is so slow for me in the current game, and it looks a lot more fluid in all of the videos that I've seen. So I really want to explore Force more and give it like a shot, because I'm a really ranged magey kind of chick. I'm that chick that likes to hit things from afar and watch it go boom. So a lot of exploration, a lot of leveling, exploring Force, of course exploring Phashion. Yep. But also the gathering system. I'm a little interested to see where that goes. I'm a huge crafting gathering kind of person in any game that I've ever played. Max crafting. So I'm kind of curious on how that system's going to work, because I don't really care for the system now. I hope it's more interpersonal.
Mm-hmm. What I will say with Force, what people were finding on the first closed beta, and this obviously could have been tweaked, PP management is going to be a big thing to keep your eye on. Because people were saying that you could... this is the one thing I'm worried about, because I'm going to be probably jumping into Force first, is doing a few attacks, then now with you just like your normal weapon attack, you can swing and it'll do like fireball kind of things to top up your PP. But that's going to be something to monitor, I feel like, and probably for Tekka as well.
Yeah, I love like the idea of PP management, because that's what makes a good mage or a good healer, is learning how to manage your DPS plus PP.
Mm-hmm. What about you, King? What are you going to actually try and do?
So, like, first I'm going to burr, then I'm going to pew, then I'm going to and then I'm going to pow with my fisties, because if we don't get Gunblade, I know for a fact that I'm still going to be fighter. I actually took a liking to Fist Fighter or Knuckles Fighter through PSO2. I didn't really used to play as it back then, but when NA came out, I thought, why not give it a try, right? And I fell in love with it unknowingly. It's actually really fun to use. I just like punching things, apparently. Didn't know that. New features. But if Gunblade's there, which from what I'm hearing, it's not, and that hurts me to hell. But in preparation for it, if it does come when the full game actually releases, then I will definitely still go fighter. I'm thinking fighter tech. Yeah. But as far as what I'm excited to see is the world, honestly. There's a lot of potential within that universe of PSO. There's a lot that could be coming as far as Easter eggs from old PSO games. And if I know anything from open world games like this, even that such as games like Genshin Impact that's out right now, there's definitely going to be a given to exploring as much as possible, especially with like collecting things or anything to unlock like world map teleportation, so I can get to each section. Yeah. So taking that first, hour or two to just go as far as the map lets me go and just seeing what's there, that's going to be my biggest thing before gameplay.
Yep, that's fair.
It's gonna be a good time. I can tell. I'm just hoping that the game comes out in I want to say a decent time, so that way we can just kind of go in, because I honestly can't contain this excitement any longer. I was actually looking at a bunch of your videos, and I'm just thinking, I'm like, I don't want to watch anything that's new Genesis, but honestly, I'm about to crack. I think I've only seen that one, like, aside from like the 2 first streams that they did where they were just talking about it, I've only seen that one clip you guys sent me. Yeah. Other than that, I've been keeping it perfectly capped away.
If you do crack, I've got the video that's like the 40 changes video. If you want to get prepared.
You see the looks that you're getting from the both of us right now?
Maybe.
But
only because crack is a hell of a drug. Anyway.
Oh, right.
So, Kirana, we know that you are a beast when it comes to fashion and PSO2. I actually did see your Witchblade video, which I was very excited to see because I'm a huge fan of Witchblade. I did actually cry at the ending of that show. I just want to let that one be known. We cry. It's okay. So, my question is, what exactly do you think makes your fashion pop from the general players in PSO2?
Well, okay, so that's a good question. I wouldn't say that I'm the best or even better than anybody else. I just think that I focus. I just focus more on the finer details. A lot of people just think, oh, her fashion videos are just like, oh, can't she cosplay like the costume itself? No, I try to embody the character by figuring out the right eyes to use, the right colors, the eyebrows down to the eyelashes. I make sure that I customize the face to look as close to the character as possible, especially with the hair and the hair color and playing with the desaturation. I focus on all of the little things. The face, the hair, the clothes are like the last thing I think of. I think of all of the body paint that I need to use to kind of elevate the look, or I'll think of what kind of accessories I can reposition to kind of like make the look more complete. So I think what makes me so good at fashion is because I focus on all those little details. Some people are just like, I'm gonna throw an outfit on and put on a couple of really obnoxious accessories and just kind of go with it. And that's fine, because some of that turns out really good. Like the 4 shark heads or the giant hamburgers. Those are great, but I like to finesse my look a little bit.
See, I was immediately, when you said that, I was just thinking like the first 3 episodes of PSO where everyone was just basically wearing all black and then it was like 20 wings on the back.
Oh,
and I'm just like, dude, how many wings can you equip? And it was just so...
I mean, if you want to be minimalist, just look at Sephiroth, 1 wing. That's all you need.
Right. Just give me one
The
wing,
problem
it's
is with
fine.
that is that you're just flying around in a circle because you don't have 2 wings, but
I don't even think Sephiroth. The thing about Sephiroth's wing, I don't even think it's capable of flight. I just think he just flexes that. Like that's just there as a flex.
I mean,
You
the
know?
problem was that he wasn't actually 1-winged. He actually had like 5 wings or 4 wings for legs instead.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. They had like the Kingdom Hearts version. Oh my god, that one was so weird.
I don't know.
I was like, are those wings coming out of his thighs? Hello.
Never
Thigh
skip wing
wings.
day.
It was so weird. But like I don't know. Fashion has always taken a different turn for me when it came to PSO2. Like sometimes you're gonna get some good stuff, sometimes you won't. Like I've actually skipped AC scratches just because I'm like, I don't know how to feel about this one. I'm just gonna
I have
skip.
to. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I haven't bought every single AC scratcher, just 90% of them. But
Okay.
sometimes when they have the really poopy like clothes in a scratcher, they have these amazing accessories, and you're like, really?
Yeah.
So I just
So-
got the what's the thing? The Turk mask for the new AC scratch.
Yes,
I think
that
it's
is
going for like
beautiful.
30 mil. He's going for 30 mil. I'm just like, okay, that's great because as you know, I'm a human, of course, Newman, but we don't get masks. You know, only the cast characters get like the really cool black mask that goes like all around the face. So
And
this is
only the
something
female
cool.
characters as well.
Yeah,
Boys don't get it.
exactly. So this was great to see. Like we finally get a straight face mask. I get to be COVID protected all through PSO now. 6 feet, guys.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what? This is a hot take, all right? And this is
What's
me trying to speak a truth. I feel like when it comes to fashion, a lot of the time, people flexing on other people with fashion, it isn't about good fashion. It's just about having the expensive fashion. Would you agree? Like, I feel like people need to focus more on making their character look good if they are going to flex on people with fashion, and less about, I don't care if you got like some 30, 40 million thing that's like, doesn't look good with what you're wearing, you know? It'd be like me wearing like board shorts for swimming and then like a Dolce & Gabbana jacket or something with it. It's like they don't go together, man.
No,
As
no,
I-
and you're right. That you're correct. A lot of people do that. They're just like, oh, look at my really flashy outfit, but then they have like these weird yin yang eyes. And I don't know if you've ever seen those eyes, but they bug out and they're
Oh, no.
really creepy looking. They're not cute. Stop wearing the yin yang eyes. They're awful.
Now I kind of want to see the yin yang eyes. I might
The
want to wear
Jewish
those.
mother's gonna come out if I see those. I'm gonna be like, honey, you need to take yourself and go. That is ugly. And they just
Oh.
make your eyes look so strange. I'm like,
Yeah.
was that intended?
That might actually be the next wave. I might try to make something out of that. That sounds interesting. Yin yang. I didn't know we had those. Like I literally
Yeah.
just bought like 3 sets of eyes. I didn't know we had yin yang eyes. That's incredible. And like
They're
it's
awful.
always the idea of like, you know, do what you want to do. Like it's your creative character, of course. Like always remember that, guys. But it's at the same time, you know, you got some people that like the flex and talk that trash. And you're just like, okay. Wait till I pull out set number 50. I'm sorry. I'm kind of like I'm an addict with this, Kirana. I'm sorry. I have like a spreadsheet since like episode 1, because since episode 1 I hit like 30 and then I couldn't go past 30, so I made like a Microsoft spreadsheet of like all the other outfits that I have, and it's up to like 50, 60 now. I don't really know the number because I recently deleted some and tried to like redo some other ones. They're not as great.
Yeah.
There's a lot of episode 1 stuff in there, so they're kind of trash and they need to be redone. So I might need your help on that one. But
Kirana
Yeah,
designs
honestly-
King's character. There's a new video.
Well, you know, I did have somebody ask me to do false balls, so
It is
That'll be
using
interesting.
Luther's grape holders.
yes, apparently. So I'm like, don't challenge me, I'll do it.
do they sag or lag?
I don't know, but I imagine that I'll be using those ballooned bosoms in there somewhere.
Oof.
Well, that works out. Okay, I'm excited to see that one. I'm not gonna lie. So,
Well, I
when it
think
comes-
that's in my fashion videos. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just
Oh,
gonna
no,
say
go
that
ahead, go
that's
ahead.
what happens when you got too much PP in reserve.
All right, that was a good one.
I was gonna, when
But
it
go
comes to fashion, when I do those videos, I try to point out where you can get everything and if it's expensive or not. So I think that's kind of, and I try to use stuff that you would only obtain in Fun Scratchers or things that were obtained in mission passes. I do out in my videos, so I make sure to like double check and fact check this and make sure, yes, you can get these from mission pass. for mission passes twice now. I don't know if it's going to be in rotation. This is a Fresh Finds outfit. It could come back out. Look at Fresh Finds on a daily basis. I try to point all of those things out, and I try to teach people how to shop for accessories.
Mm-hmm. The one thing I've found with touching the market is that you can't really show the market and go, it's going for this price, because as soon as you do that, it's going to spike in price, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be like, yeah, just a heads up, this one might be a little bit expensive, or you can't really ever say that it's going to be cheap, because as soon as you say it's going to be cheap, it's not going to be cheap.
No, I just tell people generally I shop for my accessories. So if it's high price, don't buy it.
Yep.
If you can't afford it, don't buy it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is how you for some lower priced accessories and get what you can.
Yep.
But through all of this, and you say you like to get some stuff from the Fresh Finds, I do love that idea, or the mission pass, because I love that, because things in the mission pass you tend to see, you're like, I would like another one of those so that I can put it in like my universal ship thing, and then you get another one, because the great thing about the mission pass is that you get to get double accessories. Sometimes they'll make a return or something like that, especially even in AC scratches as well. But how flexible are the cosmetics range when cosplaying as characters or remaking them? Like, how are you able to essentially remake pieces of certain characters to make it fit together?
So that's hard. I'm not going to say that's probably the hardest part about doing the cosplay is positioning the accessories. I don't just like reposition them to like fit in the position. Sometimes if you play with the the angles. There we go. I had to think about it. Playing with the angles, or the sizing, if you lower everything's sizing down, you'll notice the accessories start to move into the.
Oh no!
So you just really have to mess around your angles and positioning. You can't just play around with positioning. You got to mess with all of them, because it'll get that piece where you need it. You just really got to manipulate it, and it's that the system is very flexible for that. And I did play on the new graphics they're on JP server, the updated one. It's even better. You get I think it's six or eight accessory slots now, and the axis for all of the accessory pieces are so much wider. It's going to be so great for my videos in the future.
Yeah, you get
so they're really building on.
It's like 18 points, but then they've got different weights for them. I think it's 12 is the maximum slots, but obviously you can't really look at it as 18 slots. You got to look at it as like 12 slots with 18 points to spend.
Yeah.
Always hated that system, because that gives me PTSD from back in the day. If anyone's ever played Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3 from like back on PlayStation 2, they had this whole team battle system where depending on what character you chose, and they knew exactly what their tier list was. So depending on how strong the character was, or how overpowered they would have a certain point. And then you had to build a team using a point system, and then you'd have like, if I chose this character, it'd be 12 points. If I chose this character, it'd be 24 points. And then basically my max was like 50 points or 100 points, and I basically just had to build the best team possible out of that. And that's how we would run like certain local tournaments and whatnot. So seeing this with accessories, I'm just like, yay, 12 accessories. And then I see the point system, and I'm like, so my whole attitude towards it just changes, and I get hit with that major PTSD, and I just don't want it anymore. But I'm still happy that it becomes a thing, because I don't know what they're going to do personally with how these things take points. But I'm here for it. I'll be honest.
Well, you know how you're complaining about those wings? How many wings can you have? Well, expect to see just full feathering around, because that's how many you have.
Yep.
It's just gonna be feathers running.
Can we just like get a option in New Genesis to just completely delete characters off of the ship? Like, as soon as you block them, you just never see them again. Like, they'll be in your party, but they're basically invisible. Like, you just don't see them.
You're gonna get people like wearing like glasses that go from here all the way back to the back of their head or something. Just like 12
Yeah, and
sets.
I see somebody in chat mentioning clipping. Yeah, you've really got to watch the clipping.
Yeah,
it's kind of a pain in the butt with hairstyles, especially if you're like trying to get that frill hooded coat on, and then your hair is just like going through it, and you're like,
You know what I hate the most is collars. Collars don't mix with hair at all. So, I mean, is there clipping problems with New Genesis? I haven't really looked. But it'd be nice. I wish that the system would like have physics for. I guess it'd probably like make the game run a little bit more chunky. But
if you notice, some of the newer hairstyles we got more towards like November and December, the hair kind of like poofs out, and that's like the anti-clipping function. But not all of the hairstyles have that, unfortunately. I don't know if they're going to retexture that, redo that, but that is a lot of work if they do.
Definitely. I mean,
Good.
I was just gonna say, if they've got like the more, if you look at the new Genesis hairstyles, they have more the follicles, the head. Maybe that'll
poofed out. Yeah, they poof it out.
So I'm not really a big fan of that. I'll be honest with you. When I see it, I'm just like, they look like I just took a whole bunch of hairspray, just dumped the whole can on my head. It's just like that. Like,
but
that's
it doesn't look like that when you have a hood on. It looks like it's just falling on the hood. But you're right. When you take that hood off, you're just like, what's that?
So I use a lot of short
between
hair.
your head.
Yep.
I use a lot of short hairs because I'm not a big fan of ponytails either. And PSO has a lot of ponytails. So I try my hardest to go for the short hairs. Like can't think of any of them right now. But yes, all the short hairs are just absolutely great. Plus, if I get a hood, it just stops right there at the back of my hairline. So I'm good. I'm like, all right, as long as I kind of keep the edgelord look, I'm okay with this. What's that hairstyle called? This is going to harm me until I actually figure this out. But yeah, like honestly, the Revenant, the Revenant hair, yeah, with the little marking in the middle. It's actually really cool. But started to appreciate them a little bit more. I don't know, pigtails, like I said, they always just look the same to me. So never.
You got one, you got them all.
Pretty much, just get that one really good one. It's like pigtails.
I'm actually looking forward to going through all 27. I guess 30 characters and like making them look good for New Genesis. I think like 4 of them will be fine because I can just save the preset once they fix that and then just copy that across to all those base other ship characters. But then just doing all the others ones is going to be cool. The only thing I'm worried about is having to get New Genesis hairstyles and other costumes across 30 characters. It's going to take a few months, I think.
Oh yeah, especially if you do consumables, you gotta at least have 2 to make them account balance. It's gonna be expensive. Your wallet's not gonna like you.
Nope.
Mine either.
Hopefully they do the thing that they're doing in JP right now, where you get 2021 badges, and you can put those 2021 badges. You get a lot. You get, if you're lucky enough, you may get about 300 per UQ that you run, depending on how many up drops or up drop rates that you get up, and you can actually put those in and get outfits that you can take to New Genesis. Outfits, emotes, accessories, literally every single main weapon craft material that you need, like the craft material, or if you need like time stones or time eternal stones again, like you can get all of that from the shop now. And basically it's putting people on track for in-game and New Genesis, while also offering the ability to like try out some of that stuff. So you can get like male outfits, male body armor, and like put it on a female character and try all this stuff out now, which is great.
Yeah.
I did notice that. That was really cool. Like when I could go and put like a male's armor on, I was like, I can wear suits.
The only problem is, I don't know if you've noticed, if you've got a male character and you put on a female-centric outfit, suddenly they got breasts. And
That's great.
If you do it the other way around, if you have a male outfit and you try to expand the breast, it just looks like you've got a loaf of bread. Like if you remember Orchid from Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo, it literally looked like
Yes.
there.
The green outfit, we called that uniboob because it was like a unibrow at your boobs. Uniboob.
And that's one of the things that I'm hoping that they keep as well, is that they say like, if like, I hope they fix that and just say, if you want to keep the outfit but you want to keep the body type, then you are able to like hit a little checkbox and you can keep either your body type or you can go into like the default outfit body type. Hoping that gets fixed. But then the other factor is they do have like a feminine and a masculine version of each outfit, so that kind of helps with that decision as well. You just get the feminine or you get the masculine version.
You know what I'm thinking? Maybe it's just for base PSO2 outfits. Maybe New Genesis is better in that regards.
Yeah, maybe like in Final Fantasy 14. I don't know if any of you guys ever played that. I think King plays it. They design it to where if it's on a female, then it shows the breast. If it's on a male, then it shows a flat chest. And it's one file that does that. I'm thinking that maybe they'll do that in PSO2, where we will share outfits. It'll just appear differently on different sexes.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're smart, they do that.
Yeah, I mean, like New Genesis is
smart.
It's touted for New Genesis to be more of a gradient, I guess is how you put it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
That's the best we can do. So here's my thing, because you brought this up earlier as well too. You try to go for things again that's in the fun shop or that's in the mission pass as well, just to kind of give viewers a little bit of an easier take on where to get these items, or a better way to obtain or to use what they have at their disposal. So do you also have any tips on purchasing cheap fashion and making that work?
Yes. So, like I said, I give tips on how to shop properly for fashion. Generally, I will go and I will select what kind of thing that I'm looking for, whether it's eyes or eyebrows or makeup or even like an inner or outer wear. And I will put a price range. And that price range actually narrows down my search quite a bit. And then when I don't find something in that price range that I like, I'll increase it up until, I reach how much I can actually spend. And that's where I end up picking a lot of things up that people have had on personal shops, people that don't even play it anymore, but they have left it on their personal shops and it's just overlooked because people don't really ever find them. So just like selecting like the price range in which you want to shop at will actually help you find things that you can afford a little bit better on the personal shops. Mm-hmm. As far as fun scratchers, you can go fun scratcher shopping crazy. There is bumped.org. It will list every accessory that was ever released on the game. If you want to find something specific, you type in the exact name and then you hit search. You don't hit anything else. You just type in the exact name and hit search. So even if you've never seen it before, it'll pop up. Because I don't know if you know this, if you've never actually seen it in one of your search results before, you can't search it with just like the short name or anything like that. You have to type in the full name specifically. So if you want to find something specific, go to bump.org and they list all of the female male accessories, inner and outerwear, all of the outfits, and that's a really easy way to shop. That's how I get most of the stuff that I get for my cosplay videos.
Mm-hmm. I've linked that in chat as well, but I'll link it in if anyone's listening or watching this later, I'll try to put it in the show notes as well.
Okay. That's actually a pretty good tip. I'm gonna lie to you.
And we'll go shopping later.
Oh yeah, you already know because I spent a bunch of I spent like $100 on some AC scratches earlier today, and I got a lot of stuff that's worth like probably 30-40 mil. So I just put it all in there. I actually didn't keep more than like 2 items from just AC scratch. I'm not really a big fan of like the dresses and all that stuff. So I'm an edgelord. I like to wear like the trench coats and the pants and whatever. So put a bunch of stuff away, and I'm hoping to walk back today and see at least 100 mil back into my pockets.
So come see me first, and I'll make sure to throw you any fun scratchers you might have missed, because I literally have 2 characters of fun scratcher accessories. I've got 12 LED glasses. I'm not kidding.
Damn.
How many pixelated glasses I have? I think I have 20 of each. I need to get everything, and sometimes I get a lot of doubles.
You're gonna be set for new Genesis once everyone comes back.
Yeah, I give them out all the time. I'm like, oh, you need that? Here you go, honey. Oh, how much does this cost you? I had it in my inventory. It's fine. I'm a hoarder.
So, I mean, with that, honestly, these have been some really good fashion tips, because I think aside from like you doing like the fashion and then Azalara doing like the screenshot, you put those 2 together, and then you have a lot of magic that you can work with, and like we'll probably be seeing some really good screenshots. So be sure to take some great screenshots of your characters and at Oracle Fleet so that we can shout you guys out for your love. But it looks like we are getting just about to the end of today's show, guys. But I will say, Anamana, do you have any tips on fashion?
Tips on fashion I would have is, okay, this is like just a general thing. This is just like with just things in general. If you are unsure and you think it looks bad, then it probably looks bad. Put some more time in, and put it this way: if I make a video, I should put as much time into making the thumbnail as I do making the video. So it should be the same with fashion. If you put so much time into doing the face, then you should put as much time into making the accessories and the fashion work as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go from the masters themselves. And we're pretty much getting to the end of that time. I'm sorry, but we're definitely going to talk some more after this, Kirana, definitely. But You can actually find this podcast on all major platforms such as Spotify, YouTube, and whatnot to catch the stream archives. And I want to thank you again, Kirana, for joining us today. Would you mind letting everyone know where they can find you for future content and fashion tips?
Absolutely. You can find me at twitch.tv/Kirana Fiore. The same is for Twitter, Kirana Fiore, Instagram, Kirana Fiore. My YouTube, you're going to have to go on my About Me page on Twitch and, follow that link because it's, youtube.com/XQYZ ! Crazy.
Yeah.
Until I get those 100 subscribers, then we'll have Kirana Fiore. But you type in Kirana Fiore, you're going to find me, honey.
Yep. Or you can scroll down the bottom of the Oracle Fleet YouTube page and it's linked there as well now.
That's it.
There you go.
All right. So there's a little something that we do to end off pretty much every stream now, kind of making the staple thing. All right. So at the end of the stream, we just kind of say, until next time, and may your guiding light shine. You think you can do that?
Yeah. Until next time, may your guiding light shine.
All right.
Do we count to 3 and do it in unison?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, guys. I am XingKazma and Anamana, and we will catch you all next week for some more Oracle Fleet. All right, guys. In 3, 2, 1. Until next time,
and let your guiding
may your guiding light
shine.
I love it.
Thank you.
See you guys.
See ya.